Michael Burhan, the boy, of course, with myself, and Mr. Dave Wade.
Hello, Chicago. I'm listening.
He is listening, apparently, somewhere down the road. Down the open road. Today's show, we're going to be
I
talking.
always listen. I always listen. Thank you. I'm a great listener.
Okay, Fraser.
As well, you know, young man.
You're listening, Fraser, right? You're listening. Yeah, my name's Michael Burhan. I'm one of the hosts of the show, of course. And I'm basically we're going to be. This is a show where we talk absolutely nothing. This is a really big shoe. So as always, we'll start with Mr. Dave Wade's Wade.
Hey.
Mr. Dave Wade's rants. So Dave, what have you got to rant about us today? Because I've been good. I've been ranting about anything recently. So
I'd like to say, corners of doors fucking piss me off.
Why?
I fractured two of my toes exactly a week ago today, and being able to walk was still quite painful. Only just came back, and it was simply because, you know, if you ever tried to do something twice, you could never get it that bang on again, even though the first time was something you didn't want to do. It's people who know me know I don't like hot weather, and it got hot last week. And since I'm the only person in the house, I left my door open to keep some air moving in, because where I sleep it's a flat roof, so it gets really hot. You know, halfway through the night, I thought I'm going to go for a piss, as you do, and I managed to plant two of my toes exactly perfectly with quite a large amount of force into the exact corner of the door that was open, and fuck me, it hurt. Yeah, one of them swelled up to the size of a cocktail sausage and went completely blue.
Ouch.
I got pictures. It'll be in my my very belated Wednesday vlog that will eventually be up. But yeah, it'll be in there. I got pictures of it. But yeah, I'm quite surprised. Well, as the doctor said to me, which he goes, "Good news! You fractured your toes." Meaning, I think he thought he was having bedside manner, as in good news you didn't break them. But I just remember looking at him going, apparently you and I have very different opinions of what good news is. But yeah. And it would just annoy me because it's like, we've all stubbed our toe, and when you stub your toe it hurts, but I can't believe you can actually fucking break or fracture your toes from doing that. So that's my rant, which is corners of doors should come with bloody warnings, like Surgeon General.
Did you see my my little video that I posted for you of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Dreamcast 2?
No, I didn't.
You should check it out. You know, because it's fun. It's a funny little video of Sonic from Dreamcast 2. It's from an earlier video. It pays homage to an early video that you posted.
Aha.
Yeah. Aha.
Aha.
Aha. You stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, second round. Well, no, this is good. Richard Hammond and James May have actually confirmed that they will not be coming back to Top Gear without Clarkson.
Wow.
They actually properly confirmed it. And it's funny, but there was the front of the Daily Star today was a picture of all three of them together, and it said Top Gear is back, but meaning it was just like, you know, them being loyal to each other. But I would like to say, I mean, I know it's a stupid thing to say, because Richard Hammond and James May, while they weren't getting as much money as Clarkson, were on £750,000 a year, you know, so let's be honest.
I would freaking, I would live off of that.
But just, no, but my point is, you know what? Fair play for saying, no, we're going to stick with our mate. Not saying what Clarkson did was right, but in the modern world, it's all, you know, people with their celebrity status and their constant addiction to wanting to be famous. I say fair. I'm not. I'm right. We know they'll get another job, but yeah, fair play for saying no. You know what? We're a unit. I like that.
Well,
Solidation.
There's one thing that does piss me off involving the BBC at the moment, and it's not to do with the BBC itself. It's to do with what Mr. Nigel Farage.
Oh, politics is not welcome on this show, but
it's about the BBC, so it's not really politics.
Yeah, but you and I have very different standpoints on the
In
BBC.
one of his stupid speeches, the guy was going on about how the BBC needs to be stripped down back to a public service, and how, you know, Doctor Who needs to be cancelled.
Still there. No.
Can you hear me, Dave?
Yes, now, yeah, I can.
How Top Gear needs to be cancelled, how Strictly Come Dancing, all those BBC shows need to be cancelled, like EastEnders.
He was soundbiting to get attention. Just ignore him and he'll go away.
But it does make me laugh because people are agreeing with his sentiment. I'm like,
it is overly bloated, though. You have to give me that one. It is overly bloated and shouldn't be funded by the taxpayer.
He's not doing it to cut the licence paying fee, and I've said this. Money needs to be better managed. It's like anything. You know, people keep going on that the government needs to be run like a business. It doesn't need to be run like a business because every business that comes into a government business ends up stealing all the money. What it needs to be done is money needs to be managed better. People need to be rewarded for saving money and being more frugal, and
Are you
budgets.
reading this off a screen?
No, I'm basically saying what I'm, what this is what I do. They need to be rewarded being more frugal, and they need to basically be in a situation where everyone's in a level playing field. If these companies and these places like the NHS, I've worked in all government agencies. I've worked for the NHS, I've worked for the Home Office, I've worked everywhere, and they're all a pile of tits because you've got people who are not managing the money and people taking money and stealing it. It needs to be resolved.
But that comes back to being overly bloated and having too many tiers.
But that's the thing, you've got too many chiefs, not enough Indians, and what they do is they cut from below in order to salvage the top. And there's what the problem is. You shouldn't have CEOs of Fortune 500 companies running public services. You need people...
Oh, no, I agree with you there.
You need people who can understand it, manage the books, balance the books, and manage money. If you need to put more money into lower level staff, then you need to cut some of the bigwigs. You don't need so many people cashing checks and so many people...
But you vote Labour, and that's everything they don't do.
But the thing is, it's not just Labour, it's everybody. When the Conservatives made the cuts, what they did, they cut the lower level staff.
You know why they make the cuts, don't you?
Yeah, they make the cuts so they can basically...
Make the cuts because Labour bankrupted the country.
But it's
this
not
is why I wanted to stay away from politics.
But it wasn't that. It's more just the fact that they make all these cuts, right? Because these cuts have been happening so, like, when Labour was in power...
But these cuts had to happen because we've got no money left.
Dave? Okay.
Yeah?
How many people have we got in this country?
Too many.
No, but how many?
I don't know.
Okay. We've got an estimate over probably... we've come over 1 billion people living in this country, right? What was the national debt?
I don't care. I don't want to talk about politics.
National debt was over 1 trillion, right? So if you basically say... Now, I'm going to do a little bit of math here. A little bit of math. Maths.
Thank you.
On my little calculator. And I will basically...
Is that your penis?
Yes. So 1 trillion, what's that like in numbers?
You know what? I don't even know how to write that down, actually.
Yeah, so I think it's like a million, something like that. So you got 1 trillion in debt, right?
How many noughts is that?
Times that by, say, like 1 billion people. Okay? So from 1 billion people to 1 trillion in debt, if you have 1 billion people paying, say, like 100 quid each, you've got 100 billion. So you've sliced the debt by half, right? Already there. Then you've got them paying out over 3 years. You basically saved the country. So there's no need to make all these stupid cuts.
But you're forgetting why they made the cuts. Do you not remember what happened when the Tories got into power and went into the Treasury? The previous person from the Labour government left a note saying, "Ha ha, all the money's gone." That's a responsible thing to do when it's taxpayers' money, you twat.
Yeah, but then they ended up giving the banks back all their entire shares. When
I disagree with that. That fucking annoys me. All the poor bastards who bought fucking shares lost them, and now they're going to re-fucking sell them again. And it's like, well, you should have just give them back to the people who bought them in the first place.
And can we use those shares to kind of offset people's taxes and offset the debt instead of selling them back?
Which your government caused.
No, but they sold them back to the banks. So, yeah. Look, no, I'm not going to say the left was right. I'm not going to say the right was right. I believe we should have been in the middle on this situation, and in fact...
we shouldn't have deregulated the banks. When people say it was a global phenomenon crisis, it wasn't, because New Zealand, Australia, Canada, they didn't suffer from it. Why? Because they regulated their banks.
Yeah, and also, we're still not regulating them, because there was a new... I remember there was a new article that came out saying that these banks are still going gung-ho, and they're still being told to kind of shaft every man, woman and child. So
I do like the fact, well, I don't, I say this in an ironic way, I do like the fact, as in it's fucking a travesty, that all these years later, no one has been held accountable from the banks or charged with any offence for what they did.
You know why?
Because they're monkey spankers?
Because the Tories are in the bankers' pockets. Any government official are in the bankers' pockets, and this is where the problem lies. We can't trust the...
Yeah, but it was Labour who deregulated. It was Labour who deregulated the banks. They even actually admitted, sorry, we deregulated the banks. So
I know, but everyone.
I'm not having a tit for tat left versus right conversation, and I'm not a die-hard Tory. Let's just get that straight.
Everyone has fucked up, right? Everyone has fucked up, and the problem we need to actually enforce.
I will say this to Cameron: stop fucking with the armed forces.
And don't do fucking stupid videos about you being a prime minister and doing your job. You look like a fucking plank. Seriously.
When we get the next hung government, which will be a Labour propped up by the SNP, I fear what the world will think of the British people when they go, Ed Miliband? And I don't like Labour, but I will say this. What he did to his brother was fucking disgraceful, and his brother was clearly the more talented fucking politician and had credibility and intelligence, and even though I'm not a Labour voter, if I had to pick someone from Labour to run the country, it would have been David Miliband, because he's got a brain. And he can eat a bacon sandwich on camera, which is an important skill.
As I said, you know, for me, no matter who we get, we're all in fucking trouble. But we don't need to vote this Pillock Farage, and I think we're in total unison on that one, Dave.
Well, no, because I disagree with you there. I won't vote for him. I have voted for him it's a pointless waste of vote, but as a protest vote. But I will say this, which is you cannot deny the reason that he has popularity behind him is because quite a large chunk of the public agree with him.
Yeah, but he's a racist pillock who has no fucking clue, and has also, apparently, it's been revealed, created a job in the European Parliament in which he's supposed to basically attend, like a committee that they're spending money on and a salary for him to attend to this thing, and he hasn't shown up once.
All I can say to that is, when it comes to politicians milking the EU, look up Neil Kinnock.
They milk everybody. They milk us as well, dude.
I personally, well, you know where I stand. I don't think we should be a part of the EU. We do more trade outside of it anyway. So.
Well, the thing is with me,
I wouldn't have a problem being part of it. I just think the public should get a vote on it because they've never actually voted on. You voted to join the, not the, you know, like what it is now. We voted to join the common market. And also, I wouldn't have such a big problem with Europe if they didn't decide that they have to override all our rules and laws and shit and say stupid things like bananas should be straight. True story.
And I agree. And now let's go to a anyway topic because we've been talking politics for too long.
Feisty man.
And myself and Dave probably want to punch ourselves in the face after bringing this topic up. That's my fault.
You brought it up.
Yeah, it was kind of my fault.
I warned you. See, people, no, don't get me wrong, people. Even though me and Burhan are on polar opposites of politics, at the same time, we do stand by one thing which we completely and utterly agree, which is democracy is great, and regardless of whether we're on the same page or not, I would never tell him to do anything other than what he wanted to vote for, because that's how it works.
I'm voting for a potato.
Potato!
Potato! People would get that joke. People would get that joke if they knew what we were up to.
Well, like you said, I'll give you this one. Whoever we vote for, we're getting a potato.
Yeah, we are getting a fucking potato. Now, let's
guilty pleasures.
Yeah, let's continue. We were talking about basically guilty pleasures on television. So say like anything you've seen on television that you like, or stuff on the internet.
And interwebs.
Yeah, guilty pleasures that you like to watch, that you like to stream. Stuff that makes you sit there at work and go, ooh, that's awesome. Or stuff that you basically just watch at home and forget to do any other work.
By the way, Burhan, thank you very much for letting me use your Netflix login. Oh.
You shouldn't really publicly say that, though.
He didn't, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I stole it. Something. I don't know.
But anyway.
No, I didn't. All I know is I watched Tremors last night for the first time in about fucking 10 years, and it was amazing.
Yeah, Netflix is really good. For those people who haven't got Netflix, just get yourself a Netflix account. I can't rate it high enough. You know, it's one of the reasons why I've switched off from Sky.
And a WWE Network account, because that's brilliant value as well.
Yeah, I have both a WWE Network account and a Netflix account, and both are under £20 because it's like £16, I think I pay.
And this bloke here, unless if you aren't familiar with Slamcast, which you should be, got me completely addicted to wrestling. And then when I got the WWE Network, and then my internet started working again, oh my god, there's so much content on there. It's fucking amazing. Plus, it's the cheapest. Why would you pay-per-view fucking WrestleMania when you could pay $10 a month and get it live on your fucking WWE account? I don't know, people. You're stupid. I love you all, though.
By the way, Steam apparently is letting modders charge and take donations for their work.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
That's an interesting little thing. Also, GTA 5 is now on PC. And Snob, if you check
Was
out
it
the
not
rest of
on?
Snob,
Was it not on PC anyway? I mean,
no,
all right,
it's
I'm not a
basically
PC gamer, so.
the PC gamers were actually the last ones to get it. Believe it or not.
Oh wow! Because
Yeah.
they would have the best. Even forget, the modern, the current generation of consoles. They would, if you've got a shiny fucking PC, top of the line PC, it would be amazing on that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm quite surprised they got it this late.
Yeah, I think what basically the makers of GTA, I've forgotten what the fuck their name is.
Oh
I
bollocks!
keep thinking Rare.
Rockstar.
Rockstar, thank you. Rockstar, they're from the UK as well, believe it or not. So there you go.
There's many divisions of them though. It gets quite confusing.
Well, they Rockstar Games they were originally from the UK. They were part of a MTV Games, I believe, was the first time that they actually made games. So they were part of the whole gaming boom here in the United Kingdom. So we do have talented people that.
Which ironically, people seem to forget that the gaming boom, forget consoles and shit like that. The biggest gaming boom ever in the world was in the United Kingdom in the early '80s. You're welcome.
Yeah, it was. So.
We sold more computers made out of England and Britain, in the early '80s than the rest of the world combined. How far we've fallen, Burhan, how far we've fallen.
Well, it's because of the fact that we don't have enough ways to allow creative people to be creative. But I'm not going into that. If I go into that rant, we're going to go back into politics again. We don't need that.
Then me and Burhan ended up punching each other in the face, and we don't want that to happen because he's much bigger than I am.
We're not going to punch each other in the face, Andy. You know what? So, Sander, Dave.
oh, I love you, Dave. I mean, what was your name again?
I sound like I'm
Potato!
like I said another woman's name in bed. So there you go, Xander Scullion, of course. YouTube.com/Xander Scullion. I'm probably thinking about the E-Tank episode that I'm supposed to be editing right now.
No, don't. That's all right. Don't think about what we're doing right now.
Also, in other news, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Avengers: Age of Ultron. It's been released in the United Kingdom first, so we got it here in the UK. It debuted yesterday night, so there was a midnight screening for those who went to go and
Do we
see
know what
it.
his take is so far? I'd imagine it's quite. Is it set any records?
Not as I don't know what the records are yet, but I do know it is getting some bad reviews because apparently it's the same old shit, is what people are saying.
Yeah, but people are going to say that about any superhero movie, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Well, they're saying it doesn't really do anything new, so I want to see it because I want to see what's going on. I'm going to be seeing it next week. What about you, Dave?
I'm going to see it next week, and I'll hold my judgment on. People are entitled to their opinions, but I'd be very surprised if it's a bland crap movie because the Marvel, movies are so well crafted, and so the way they work on them, and they're all intricate towards each other to make this greater storyline, and then they break down, and then they even connect with TV such as Agents of Shield. I'd be very surprised if it's a shit bland movie, but then I don't know because I've not seen it.
Also, Kryptonite just basically said he's in the comments section. Hello, Kryptonite. Goat lover Burhan, and I think about Burhan when I'm in the shower, which is nice of him. So as we can.
Does that mean you're scrubbing really hard to get him out?
He is scrubbing really hard to get me out of his system. So going on from that, what do you think? That are you going to go and see Age of Ultron in the cinema? Or are you going to wait till it comes out on the internet?
No, I'm seeing this. It sounds terrible because I am a big cinema fan, as you know, or movie fan, I should say. I have to be really, really excited and pumped to see something in the cinema, mainly because I don't like the lines. I don't like having to drive somewhere, park, pay a ridiculous amount of money, then be bankrupt because I dare to have a hot dog and a fucking Pepsi Max. So I have to be really, really pumped to see something. But this is a no-brainer that I'm seeing this in the cinema. Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to see it in the cinema. I want to see it with the missus though, but
I don't want to see it in 3D though. I'm done with this whole 3D shtick.
yeah, me too. I saw the first one in 3D, which was great, but it really gave me a migraine. I don't like 3D. I think it's kind of a niche thing, but still. Going on from that, if you've seen it, give us a comment below. Let us know, and let us know your feelings.
Is it bland? Are they right? Are these people who say it's more of the same old shit? Are they right, or are they just boring idiots who don't understand that it's a superhero movie? Unless you're invested in the characters or know somewhat of the characters, then you're not going to get it.
I agree wholeheartedly. So
That's surprisingly deep.
we're seeing that, and ladies and gentlemen, I also want to know from you, do you have beards or moustaches? If you do, what do you use to maintain and take care of them,
Oh,
Dave?
yeah.
Uh,
People see. I took the piss out of him the other day on this, which is you cream your mustache. That sounded like a sexual euphemism there, but
I put not gel. It's more of the I put
is that shit
wax.
you put a picture on your Facebook page of what you saw in the pound shop?
Yeah, I use Mr. Scruffle's wax and Mr. Scruffle's
What a bargain!
and I got them all from the pound shop because the great thing about Poundland, for those people who don't know, they always get items that are set to be released, and we'll get them. They'll get them first, so they
Yeah.
get to
Well,
trial these
people,
items out.
people forget that they use these stores to basically vet the potential, marketability of products.
That's
It's
exactly
not
it.
all knockdown shit that no one wants to buy.
That is exactly it. You know, you get
Plus, I like going to Poundland because you can buy 4 Duracell AA batteries for £1.
in that too. So you get to basically have items that usually would cost the earth, but don't cost actually too much. So you've actually get them for a very reasonable price when you go into Poundland. I'm not promoting Poundland here. It is just one of those stores. You can also get toys that break in half in minutes. So
Yeah,
if you're a parent
you
who
could
buys
get every
toys
variant knockoff Power Ranger in the world.
and knock off professional wrestlers and knock off Transformers,
Yeah, that
um,
all have body sculptures from He-Man figures in the 80s.
yeah, if you're looking to buy your kid a toy, just don't buy them that. You know, just actually spend the money on a proper toy, unless you know they're prone to breaking stuff. So just buy them something from the pound shop. But yeah,
Actually, but the pound shop by me actually has actual real action figures from discontinued lines. And I was really annoyed when I found this out, and I don't know how they got it. And if they had a brain, they could have made fucking loads of money off this. But they actually had G.I. Joe Action Force figures from the 80s. One of my mates told me in a rush there when I got there, there was basically Scarlet left, and no one liked Scarlet.
oh,
But it was like, oh shit, I could have bought loads of them and flogged them all on eBay.
the one thing I need to get is
Plus, they sold the
CDs.
N64 expansion pack.
They did, and they also sell CDs. I got music CDs from there. You know, they do what they do is they
So,
refurbish music
so if
CDs.
you so if you like Rick Astley, people, you know where to go.
And they also have loads of stuff like the Verve. They had the Audio Slaves album there as well. So I think you should go to your local pound shop and pick up Audio Slaves album, self-titled Audio Slave. Nail in my hand. It's a great album. Those of you who haven't heard this album, it's a gem. It is kind of a shame that the group broke up. It's from members of Rage Against the Machine, merged with the lead singer from Soundgarden. Black hole sun, won't you come?
Oh, Soundgarden,
Won't
you were
you
fucking the
come?
soundtrack to my 90s life.
Mr. Chris Cornell. Uh, but yeah, it's great. They've got a track on there called Like a Stone, which I love. I'll wait for you there, like a stone. Great track. Those who
I
haven't
miss the
heard,
90s.
I miss the 90s. Fucking music was great then, and it was
I
less
don't miss
people.
my step haircut. Do you remember step haircuts?
Yeah, it was
Where
less
you
people
have long
shouting
hair, but then
around.
you'd have it shaved up underneath?
Mr. Krabs Knight says he cannot have facial hair due to the respirators that he wears at work. And 3D is only good for animated movies. I kind of agree with you on that one. He goes, he
Yeah,
also
that's a
uses
good one, actually, yeah.
he uses a special ointment. I don't know what he uses that for. Poundland in Canada would be a completely different kind of store. What's the Canadian one like, Mr. Crampton Knight? What's the Canadian Poundland like? I want to know what that's
Dollar
like.
store.
Yeah, what the dollar stores
I
are like.
remember I used the dollar store when I lived there to basically, when I moved into my first apartment that wasn't a company apartment, I used it to buy all my cutlery and plates and shit.
How much did you spend? Was it like $10?
Yeah, pretty much. And I had a full service of dinner shit, and it was brilliant because people go like, "Well, yeah, it's stuff from the pound shop," and you're like, "Well, yeah, but what am I going to do with it? I'm going to put food on it, eat it, wash it. Put food on it, eat it, wash it. I'm not a snob. I don't need to, fucking dine out on 30 quid's worth of fucking top of the line cutlery and shit.
I'm
Like,
the
nah.
same. I don't give a fuck. I'm just one of those guys who's just like, as long as I can put shit on it and eat it, I'm fine. And not actual shits, because people are going to be like, you eat shit, you're disgusting. And, you know, as in food. If I can put food on it and eat off of it, I'm fine. I bought a bowl from Poundland, I think, at one point, which was nice.
See, my problem with well, it's not my problem with the stores. It's my problem with the snobby people's attitudes towards them, which is, why would you go there and do this? Well, it's not that you want to be cheap or frugal or stuff, but why would you pay over the odds for something that does the exact same thing that you can get from Poundland for £1? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, coming back to when I bought my dinner set and stuff from the dollar store, which is, I'm going to put food on it and shove it in my cake hole. Why would I spend fucking $150 on something when I could buy full equivalent for 15?
I'm the same. I'm like, cutlery. If you have guest cutlery,
Practical stuff, basically. Practical stuff should not be
if I
overinflated.
have guest plates and stuff and like all snazzy plates and bits and pieces, it's fine. But if you're a parent with kids, you know those kids are gonna wreck those plates.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna buy that shit, man. Come on, seriously. But yeah, it's one of those things. The patent store here is really, really good. It has like old gaming stuff. It has iPod and iPhone chargers for the iPhone 4S. And oh, by the way, I'm going to be upgrading soon. I've got a friend of mine who's going to be giving me his iPhone 5, which I think is awesome of him, because he loves me. So he's giving me his iPhone 5, which I'm kind of happy that I'm going to be upgrading.
I never get on with Apple stuff. I mean, you're getting one for free. That's cool. But my problem with Apple is the fact that they're like, well, not as bad. You know, well, Nintendo aren't anywhere near as bad as them, but their kind of customer loyalty they just have none. Which is, thank you for spending £200 on a phone last year. Guess what? We've just made one better, and you know you want to buy it, and you're going to queue around the block like an asshole when it gets released. I just don't get that. I've had my Windows phone for 2 years.
Mr. Retro in the chat now. Hello, Mr. Retro. And Crabknight says, I like to spend a little more on silverware because he likes the weight of the item.
Oh no, I'll give him that one. I don't like this sounds stupid. I don't like for.
Mr. Retro says that he wants to touch my beard when he goes to Play Expo.
Wait in your
Staying away
cutlery.
from you, just saying, because you know, I don't want you touching me in places and violating me. That's for my girlfriend to do.
That's all right. You don't have to worry about it because I wouldn't be able to touch you anyway because you're covered in beard oil.
Yeah, on my body. I'll be like, that's my stripper name. I think would be Big Daddy. Dave,
And there we go. The contents of my Coke bottle just went over my monitor.
did you just like spit it out through your nose, Dave?
Pretty much, yeah. No, it hurts. Ow.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. So yeah, let's go on to like content. That
Guilty
we watch.
pleasures. We didn't talk about guilty pleasures.
And this could be anything. It could be games that you like to play. Could be internet flash cartoons that you like to watch. One of my biggest guilty pleasures that I love was Newgrounds, when that was a hot thing before most of the guys went on YouTube. You know, and I'm a big fan of Newgrounds. And also, for those who don't know, Newgrounds actually spawned the Behemoth, which is the gaming studio that made Castle Crashers, Battle Block Theatre, and are currently making a new game. So, you know, that they came from there. Tom Fulp and Dan Paladin, I believe, are the two people that actually made this company. And also, you know...
Excuse me while I mute. I really did shoot stuff out my nose and I need to sort it out. I'm just going to mute for a second.
And you got guys like Egoraptor, you know, Flash animators like Gonzo SSM. They all came from Newgrounds. Even Smosh, in a sense. Smosh used to make kind of Flash cartoons and then started making like YouTube videos and then became, you know, who they are. Newgrounds for me was a great guilty pleasure that you could play games on, that you could watch Flash animations. I've even posted a couple of stuff on Newgrounds myself, and then kind of got bored with it because people, the amount of trolls on Newgrounds is ridiculous.
I love you, Pepsi Max, but you need to change your formula because it really doesn't work with nasal passages.
No,
Sorry.
Don't change the formula at all. No one's telling him to shoot Pepsi Max out of his nose.
Actually, yeah, in my defence, that was Burhan's fault, so sorry, Pepsi Max. Can't stay mad.
You know, Dave, I'm dating someone who actually loves Cherry Coke better than Cherry Pepsi. No, I am.
I can't touch cherries, period, in soda form.
I love Cherry Pepsi Max. It's the best thing in the world. So yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is Newgrounds. Have you ever been to Newgrounds?
No.
You can wait
But
for
should.
hours. What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure right now, it sounds really stupid because I'm in a house by myself and I like scaring myself. I'm addicted to watching, and there's so many good ones on YouTube. They're all basically old TV shows, but I'm addicted to good old fashioned, true, allegedly quotation fingers, true ghost stories. Ah, no, I watched a brilliant one the other day about a bloke who drove his truck with a Confederate sign on it to an old Civil War battleground site in the States and didn't realise, so he could, just off the highway, so he could crash there at night. And apparently, it caused offence to the dead soldiers in the ground, and he got attacked by zombies that were dead Civil War soldiers. And yeah, I just addicted to shit like that. And I scare myself because I'm not a complete pussy, but I'm in the house by myself and watch some at night. But yeah, I'm completely and utterly addicted to ghost stories right now.
Steve just said that my girlfriend took my cherry Coke. And Crab Tonight says Coke for life. And I'm doing extreme close up days till he takes head. Yeah, that's currently the
Coke for life. Is that the green one?
Coke Life. Yeah, I've tasted that. That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be what? Well, more natural than
more
normal
natural
Coke.
as in it probably has more LSD. Just saying.
It's all right, actually. I've had it. It's all right. But then, as you know, I think the greatest beverage in the world ever is Diet Coke.
Pepsi Max, greatest beverage in the world.
My second one, you know that. My second one, by just a hair, is Pepsi Max. Like, put it this way, right? They're the only two, and I don't drink diet, sodas because I need to lose weight or anything. I'm just not a massive fan of huge amounts of sugar. And I always find if you drink regular Coke, you can literally feel it on your lips afterwards, if that makes sense. So that's why I drink diet drinks. When people say, like, it's got aspartame in, I know. I'm using it to preserve my bones, so 250 years from now, someone from the future can dig me up and go, his bones are so well preserved because of this substance called aspartame.
And
we can learn so much.
DNA to rebuild you.
Yeah, like the Simpsons episode.
Speaking of that, do you remember Apple used to have a thing called QuickTime trailers? Where you used to watch all like the trailers for the new.
Yeah, that's right. What happened to that?
I think that got taken over by YouTube.
Oh, because I remember. Yeah, fuck me, that's a complete blast from the past.
But that was a guilty pleasure at one point for me because I used to watch QuickTime trailers all the time. Like,
yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember that. That's when I believe it was the first place I saw the Phantom Menace trailer.
Yeah. And Mr. Stephen Richards asked us, thoughts on Dr. Pepper and root beer? I loved root beer when I was a kid, can't stand it now. Dr. Pepper, of course, is amazing.
Never liked Dr. Pepper, never liked root beer. Anything that tastes like someone took cough medicine and carbonated it, that's not a drink.
John Reed says it's actually Apple trailers now. So the QuickTime trailers doesn't exist, it's now turned to Apple trailers. So it still does its thing then, John Reed.
But is it still in the QuickTime format, John? If you know what I mean, like that.
I think you can view it in 1080p now as well. So like,
as in, it's not like movie player or anything like that. It was its own unique format, wasn't it? What was the extension, the file extension? It had a weird one. I forget.
MO is .move. No,
Move.
MOV. Yeah.
MOV, yeah.
It's what my camera renders in. Actually, my camera renders in QuickTime. One thing I want to ask you, Dave, is I know you're new to Netflix, but that's one of my guilty pleasures. I love Netflix. Netflix is the most amazing thing ever. Now the internet's gotten more powerful, we can stream on our laptops, we can stream on our mobile phones, and we can stream on our Xbox 360s and PlayStation 3s.
Why Xbox 360s and PlayStation 3s, people? Why? Because me and Burhan
and also Wii U's. I do have Netflix on my Wii U. But
actually, you can get Netflix on the Wii, can't you?
Yeah, you can also get it on your television now as well. So if you have a smart TV that allows you to use apps on that television.
Or now TV box.
Yeah. And you can also get an Android device that you can connect to your TV so you can stream on there. Also, Mr. John Reed says QuickTime is an Apple format. It is .mov. Retrolim says, thoughts on Bobby Gibson? I have no idea who the fuck Bobby Gibson is.
Who the fuck is Bobby Gibson?
Retrolim said that he can also stream on his wife. Crabdart says, my English mother said the same thing.
Oh, bravo, sir, bravo. I owe you a pint.
Do you want to hear some weird news?
Is it how are we talking freaky weird or just freaky regular weird?
News. Now, there was a news article that came out that was released online. I don't know if the site was trolling people or not, but apparently a gentleman is setting out to design boy and girl dolls for pedophiles to stop them abusing children.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah. kind of awkward news, isn't it? Just
Yeah. Very awkward news. I don't even know how to address that comment. It's like, okay,
yeah,
I
looked at
know
this,
what you
cool, and I
possibly
was just
think.
like,
Not you, them. You possibly think you might be doing a service, but technically, aren't you encouraging unnatural thoughts?
yeah,
Not
apparently
unnatural.
he's saying
Right,
that
you know
sexual
what I mean.
preference, kind of like homosexuality and other stuff. And I sit there and I kind of agree, but don't agree that because it is a sexual preference. You know, it's their brains wired in a certain way where they find children attractive. But for me, I think you're encouraging people to do stuff it's not natural. It's disgusting. You know, you're taking away an innocence from a young child who has no idea what the fuck sex is, and they shouldn't do. And when I saw the article about this guy making this stuff, I was just in shock. You know, I was like, why would you do this? What would encourage someone to do this? And this guy apparently was abused himself.
I'm not touching this one with a barge pole, mate.
Yeah. But I have no idea, you know.
I don't know. It sounds like someone just saying something because it'll get an immediate audience of people.
No, he
whether
showed
it's
pictures of these dolls that he made.
oh Jesus Christ! I think I'm going to be sick in my mouth.
Yeah. So, I don't know what everyone's thoughts are on that. Do you think it's right?
See, I don't really want to know.
So let's go back to the comments. Thoughts on Bobby Gibson, which I will Google him. Crednut says about root beer. Mr. John Reed says, in regards to the Avengers, I hope they aren't a Quicksilver fan. Was he that bad, John?
Ooh.
Was he that bad? Because I can.
Because he was fucking amazing in the Wolverine movie.
This is the guy from Quick Ass. Quick.
Oh no, I know. There's
Kick-Ass.
that whole thing which is he's not actually called Quicksilver when he was in Days of Future Past because of this whole convoluted Marvel.
Pietro,
but but it was Quicksilver.
I think the Quicksilver in Days of Future Past was a lot better than the.
I think it was brilliant when he took all the sorry people spoilers when he took all the people out in the Pentagon. So basically, Magneto didn't kill them. You would just because you never stopped to think about it before, which is he can just run really fast. He's like the Flash. How powerful can that be? And they basically made him look like, yep, that's pretty fucking powerful.
What? Well, he has a very short contract. I'll put it that way. Ooh, shit. What was? Oh god. I've got a funny feeling something's happened to Mr. Quicksilver. So yeah, ladies and gents, get out your opinions on Avengers. We want to know exactly what you guys have been thinking about this movie. Another movie.
And your guilty pleasures.
Another movie that's kind of got us all intrigued. I was talking to Mr. MegaSex1 while I was doing a Mario Kart stream with him and Mr. Jeremy McDougall. If you check out his YouTube channel, youtube.com/top tier game reviews. Now, they basically were talking about the DC and the Marvel thing. I believe that the superhero market is becoming very oversaturated at the moment. You've got the TV shows, you've got the movies, you've got everything going on. It's like freaking. It would give most people a migraine. So I wanna. Oh, okay. Mr. Retrolim's basically giving me some information here. Breaking news. She's an entrepreneur who made millions saying she had cancer and made money on it, and said today it was all false. Apple had an app that was on the iWatch. It got pulled down. Huge. Also, Tesco's lost $6 billion.
They're still suffering from the fact that they cook their books, aren't they?
She has a app deal and book, and millions gone from lying. This is a person called Bobby Gibson. Is she from the UK? Mr. Retro on them. Is she from the UK?
I bloody hope not. Because I will feel shame.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Mr. Stephen Richards, is she from the UK? But this is a person who lied about having cancer and made millions off of it.
Wow, that's just the fucking lowest form of low.
I agree. Look, the thing is, right.
What's happened to the money? Does anyone, Mr. Steve,
apparently.
does anyone know what happened to the money?
Well, it's in her pocket.
Yeah, but does she? Surely she has to give it back now if she
No,
admitted such a thing.
nope. Google it. It was a huge deal online. Mr. Steve Richards, did she? Has she given that money back, or she jumped? Jumped the shark and run away?
What a low cow. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think that's the lowest of low, right? And this is what I've got a bit of an issue at. I'm going to rant a little bit here, I think. There's a lot of people out there, right? I've got a friend of mine who's in crisis at the moment. I'm not going to name names because he probably doesn't want me airing anything of his personal issues online. So, but he's going through a crisis and he puts his issues on his Facebook timeline. This person is a YouTuber. This person is a great friend of mine. This person produces free content, and myself and loads of other people asked him to post like his email address for his PayPal so we can donate some money to it. We did that. I shared it. I rallied a lot of people together to kind of donate some money to help him out. Okay.
And then the internet trolls arrived, and the
Pretty much.
backlash was
I was
unbelievable.
talking about something that was going on at the moment because we all know work is scarce. Don't get it twisted, people. I know everyone's like, well, if you can work, you should be working. You should work at McDonald's. I'll tell you something. I put a job application to McDonald's. Haven't heard back. McDonald's, being a cashier, believe it or not. Haven't heard back. I put job applications out to everywhere. Haven't heard back. So I opened up my own business and I'm doing my own thing. I'm trying to basically make sure this thing gets off the ground so I can do many things, including see my lovely, lovely girlfriend. And that's
Hang on.
my thing.
I got to take a swig of beer.
I know it.
Factuals.
Take a swig.
No, because you talked about your birds, so I got to take
Yeah,
a swig.
the gentle person in question then had a guy who said he was a fan of his YouTube channel, Super Burhan, thank you. Spent almost a year unemployed. Thank you, Crampton and I. And this, this person went on my friend's profile and started ripping him. Get a job at McDonald's. If you've got games and stuff, why don't you sell these games so you can have some extra cash lying around?
And I was online with Burhan while this was all unfolding.
Yeah,
So
I nearly laid into this person, but my friend defended himself. So, and I want to point this out because it bugged me.
I think you summed it up when you left in the comment that you were reading out loud, because I wasn't on that forum at the time, which is, life isn't black and white. It's all right for someone else peering in from the window from outside to make these comments about something, but unless you're in that person's shoes, you don't fucking know what's going on.
Life is different shades of grey, right? When it comes down to life in general, we're all human. If something happens, and someone goes through a hard time, and I'm gonna air this out here. I've been going through a hard time, and I've been trying to deal with my own kind of personal issues, right?
Personal? You got the S in the wrong place there, sorry.
Personal issues
I'm a
myself,
dick, I know.
Right? And I've been going through those personal issues myself, and I've been going through some financial issues. I've used to do a bit of security work every now and then. Couldn't afford enough to maintain my license, and the government have cut all their schemes out. I'm not blaming anyone, and I'm not sitting there asking for handouts. I'm going to point this out. I'm a very proud human being, and the gentleman, Mr. Steve Richards from Retro Island, did a very good thing for me. And I want to point this out because, Steve, you're a gent, and I can't believe you did it for me. He paid for my hotel to go to Play Expo. He paid for my hotel, which is £86. He paid for my hotel fee.
You're a stellar bloke, Steve,
He's
and not
also
just because you
paid
support
for my
Liverpool.
train tickets to meet Mr. Stephen Horton, so that I can go and meet him at Pinner and then drive at 5 a.m. to go and pick up Mr. Scott Bailey, the consul snob. He's also paid for Mr. Steve Walker's petrol on my behalf. I have been trying to scrimp and save and keep the money together so I can do this and get things done. I'm not a victim. I've never claimed to be. For everyone who knows me, I'm a very hard worker. I work very hard at what I do. I'm a creator. I create videos. I'm an entertainer. It's what I like to do. I love doing it. It's something that I'm turning into a career. I've, sorted some stuff out, but my me because I've got enough, and I also get family helping me out in terms of bills, etc. I don't buy games anymore. One of the first things I cut is I've stopped buying games. I don't buy amiibos. I don't buy anything like that. So people who say to me, "Well, you've been buying this," I don't buy anything. Right? Any games that I play that are new, I get them for game reviews. I do game reviews for free. Well, I don't because I don't compromise myself. I don't get paid for this stuff. and I haven't monetized anything that I do. Now, I am putting together a production company, and I am basically, I've managed to secure rights to produce a pilot for a TV show, which I'll talk about later on. But none of that money is personal. I'm raising the money and I'm saving up the money to go for that production, pay the actors, pay the crew, pay everybody, not pay me. Okay? That's another thing. And I'm going to point this out to people. Now, when people say get a real job to someone, this person works 3 jobs. He did a voiceover job that's ended currently because the deal they had with the anime studio they're working with has ended. So they'll keep him on the books as a contractual thing that he'll get under freelance. The second job he works is a 0-hour contract position, which means he is not guaranteed hours. He's asked to be guaranteed hours.
In order to get sickness or holiday.
Exactly. So any hours he misses, he doesn't get paid for. He has a mortgage, he has a family. If people ask to help, do not chastise people because they are being helped by their friends and family and the people who love them. Stop being...
Well, I think I left something in a previous argument, coming back to the same individual, which was to some idiot who was being a twat, which was basically, you got a problem with this? Fuck off. No one's got a gun to your head saying you have to do anything. You got a problem with people being kind-hearted and goodwill and wanting to help a friend? Well, fuck off, because it's not like someone said you're contractually obliged to do this. So if you have a problem with these people, then just, I don't know, stop being a miserable little twat.
That's exactly it. It's, when it comes to people at all, when it comes to anybody out there who sits there and knocks people like this person is a great individual, big heart, an amazing human being. Someone that I call my brother, just as I call Dave my brother. These are people that I don't consider blood family, but they are family. They are people who are close to me and who I love with all my heart. And I donated to help him. I spread the word to help him, and they're doing okay now. But there's still problems. And the issues I have with trolls is they take shots at people like him, yet they'll donate money to someone doing a road trip.
They also soundbite because they know that they're going to get a response from people.
Exactly.
I wonder if half the time they even 100% believe in the shit they're spewing out their mouth, or they just do it to...
This lady here, she has squandered millions of pounds from the Australian government. Hello, Ghastly Tales. He goes, congrats on the 400 subs, by the way, Dave. 4,000 subs. I remember when your channel was just a baby. That's from Callum.
Just a wee baby. Thank you, Callum.
Yeah.
Can I be completely selfish for a moment?
Burhan Gambang, I love Mike's. He's a star.
Audience.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Retro.
I'd just like to say really, really quickly, people, thank you. I don't have any idea why you waste your time watching me, I don't know why. I feel almost a little bit ashamed to admit that I'm proud of this because it makes me sound like I'm a boyer or something. But yeah, thank you. Why you waste your time watching me, I don't know, but I'm very humbled and appreciative. And yeah, 4,000 subs. Who knew? You're stellar, kids. Thank you.
Going on from that, and thank you to everybody that's helped Dave's channel. I'll help mine out. Go and give me some subs. I'm joking. The thing is, I'm a very proud person, and my friend is a very proud person. I'm not, as I said, I'm not naming names on this channel because the reason being, it's not my place to say anything, and I'm not going to air someone's personal business out on here. But I'm using this as an example. This woman says she had cancer. She got away with it, and then claimed, "Oh, by the way, I've been lying, and I've squandered millions of pounds of other people's money." Or dollars, because she was in Australia.
She burned. I don't even believe in it, but if it was real, I hope she burns in the fiery pits of hell.
People donate to causes such as Anita Sarkeesian's cause, which say that it's out to help women. She has done nothing, okay? Or about her feminist videos that she's been doing, and she hasn't produced them. She wants to educate people. She does talks. She makes tons of money, all in the name of calling her business a charity, and she should be investigated by the IRS. She hasn't been. Think about this, people. Think about it big time. The fact that you're heroing people, the Kardashians. How many of you fuckers out there watch the fucking Keeping Up with the Kardashians bullshit? Oh, thank you, Patmos. We watch because you're wonderful, down to earth, and entertaining. See, Dave? That's lovely. She's saying that about you. And...
Thank you, buddy.
The Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Keeping up with the
Reality TV
Kardashians, just
shows.
keeping up with fucking train wreck bullshit, shallow
These people
bollocks that people
get
idolize
paid
fucking idiots.
to do nothing. To do nothing. And you people are flipping the bill. Why? You're watching their shows. Stop complaining about people who need help. Stop chastising people who have nothing else to live for and need a cushion. Stop telling people to sell their fucking games and shit when it's not going to basically do anything. And then this is the thing, and this is what I want to point out. If you have an emotional attachment to something, why should you sell it?
Well, it's the
Unless
individual.
it was a fucking like crystal that's worth $1 million, then fine.
It's his comfort blanket. That's the thing that got him through many moments in his life that were, awkward. And as he said, if he went through the, logistical nightmare of flogging everything on eBay and listings and dealing with lost stuff in the mail and shit like that, ultimately he's going to make fuck all out of it apart from a headache. So it's on paper when people say that, it's just not reality. Sell my entire. It's not like he's fucking Chris Evans and he can flog a Ferrari here or there. Do you know what I mean? It's like on paper selling your game collection, unless you're the richest bloke in the world who has every single game on every system, like that person who did on eBay last year. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, and
it's
did
just not.
Did Mr. Steve Horton sell like all his game collection stuff and donate it all to charity? All his retro stuff. I remember.
Did he?
Yeah, remember he helped like Pat Sharp out, and that was to do that mountain trip. Don't you remember?
I can't remember, but if he did, what a fucking.
Yeah, he sold a lot of his retro collection. I remember. And this is the thing: people who ask for nothing should always, we are a society of good people, decent human beings. I like to think so. Stop chastising people who have nothing. It's not your
Plus,
right.
also, as I mentioned, which is you don't believe in the cause, and it's not a cause because he never asked for it, but you don't believe in it. Well, like I said, put a gun to your head and said, "Fucking, you have to do this." So don't fucking suddenly get on your high horse and determine a stupid opinion about all the people who decided that they were good charitable people to help a friend. This is the point: a friend out, someone they cared about. You don't like it? Fuck off. You don't have to do it. And again, reiterating that never asked for it in the first place. It's one of the few redeeming factors that sometimes when I think about humanity and go, we're not that bad after all, because we care about ourselves. Care about looking after our own, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know, when people fucking sit there and poke and you're all fucking idiots and you should do this and no. I'm sorry, I didn't realise you lived with that person 24/7 and understood anything about their actual life other than vlogs or, posts on Facebook. Sort your trolling ass out, you little shittard.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that kind of bugs me about the situation. But that's me. I've gone on my hill. I've climbed on that hill, and I've died on that hill. That's my hill to die on. And by the way, you're getting a lot of love here on the chat. Patna says that you're their rock. Mr. Retro on him talks about how you turn up late and there would be nothing without you. Crampton says we talked about the donating thing a while back, and we did, Cramp, tonight. But I just wanted to point that out because there's too many people that keep going out there and saying all this bull crap against this individual. And
it comes back to something we talked about before, doesn't it? Which is Kickstarters. When people have a problem with Kickstarters, and I said, which is, but sometimes when you're that individual with a genuine product that you want to market and mainstream society doesn't give a shit because everything's conglomerate and corporation now, where else do you go?
That's exactly it. And this is the thing, right? I'm a big fan of Kickstarter, of GoFundMe, of Indiegogo, if it's warranted and it's needed. For instance, I believe for anybody out there who wants a business and wants to try and do something positive, and do a startup, brilliant. I don't think it should be for YouTubers who have made millions off of their channel and then decide, hey, I want to fund the project. Let's do an app game, and you guys are going to be paying £2 million to fund this app game because we're smosh. That's my issue, right? I believe it's great for new and inventive products, such as the Oculus Rift. But...
Oh yeah, as well.
Yeah, but I do believe the Oculus Rift, because it was sold to Facebook, I believe that every person that's invested in the Oculus Rift should be paid back. That's donated for the Oculus Rift, unless they've received a Rift itself, then, but for those low tier backers should be given their money back or given a present as a way.
And
to
if you
say
would like a
thank
free rift, people, I suggest get incarcerated at Her Majesty's
Well,
pleasure and serving
the
some porridge.
bigger YouTubers have actually got free Oculus Rifts. That they were using them to beta test, believe it or not. Like PewDiePie, a few others.
What was the Kickstarter where the bloke wanted a pair of Google glasses so he could film?
That, Larry Bundy Jr. does a great job at weeding out the shit ones. He does a brilliant job at that. And I want to point this out. Not everyone is kind of the same. You've got to look at these Kickstarters, look at what they can do. And there was one Kickstarter that really got angry about that didn't make its kind of goal, and that was Pixel Noir. It was a great game. The money they were asking for was peanuts, and people didn't back it. I felt that was stupid. Instead, you want to do like a game for Smosh, or what was that one where they ended up basically abusing the money and it all went nowhere. There was a few people developing games. Again, it all went nowhere. They took the money and just went, well, we're not going to pay you back. And now Kickstarter.
Special honourable mention to the twat who wanted to make Half-Life. Remember that?
Ghastly Tales says he's got an Oculus DK2 here and he's not impressed. He goes, the new HTC one looks nice. Did you get that from the Kickstarter backing? Did you back it and then they gave you a tester kit, Ghastly Tales, or Callum? Or did they basically...
Can I borrow it, Callum?
Yeah, can I borrow it? I'd love to borrow that and have a little whirl with that. I've tried the Oculus Rift myself, and it's a fun... I was playing a game that's...
I don't like it because it messes up my hair.
Well, it's called Secret Agent. I got no hair, so that's fine. I played it on the Oculus Rift, and it was a mind fuck because I felt vertigo. You guys, someone gave it to him. Oh, bloody hell, that's nice. Someone donated an Oculus Rift to you. Can you share the love, Callum? Donate it to me. Give it to Michael Burhan. Come on. Come on. Call it a present. Out of love.
How light is it? Quick question, Callum. How light is it? Like for the potential for long gaming on it, is that there? I'm not talking about eye strain. But I mean, it doesn't give you neck ache and shit like that. I'm not talking like, it's not like the fucking Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it does give you that whole vertigo thing in the brain. It's really like, it made me feel really...
I remember
good.
Steve Benway and Shen Musso talked about it when they saw it last play, and they did the roller coaster thing on it.
Callum,
and they
if you can, I would like to borrow it off you. I would like to borrow it off of you, or even purchase it from me. Let me know.
Me first.
He goes, it's not bad at first. We could joint invest in it, Dave, and we could do it like when I come to your house, I can use it. He goes, it's not as bad as the first one. It cuts into your face if you don't set it up right. And then Mr. Redchonic goes, Savile loved the Virtual Boy because he did that. And that's, but from the Kickstarter thing, let's go on to our next kind of topic. And still,
I was just trying to get. Hang on 1 second. I need a moment to expunge the Savile comment from my brain.
I think we all need to. But going on from that, think about it in this way, guys. When it comes to anything that people participate in, stop trying to degrade people who are trying to better themselves, and also use your heads. Just because someone's your favorite YouTube channel and they're trying to scam you for money, look at it. And I will point out, I have to give a big shout out to Metal Jesus Rocks. Right? We kind of talked about it.
No, don't name names.
No, but we did use his name last time about his Kickstarter.
You did.
Says the resolution isn't high enough. It sets the inner ear, and you are moving without moving.
Are you flying without wings? Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Use a Westlife comment. And I want to point out, give a shout out to him. He didn't have to do this, but I can see why people got pissed off. If anyone knows about the situation, he set up a GoFundMe campaign for people to buy him a caravan. It wasn't even a caravan, it was an RV. It was like more an expensive caravan. These ones are like very posh. People like me and Dave look at it and think, wow, that's
I could live there.
That's more exquisite than I... You know what we should do? We should buy an RV and just tour America with it. That's what we should do, Dave. We should save up our pennies now. We'll do an
Well, we
RV.
certainly couldn't tour the UK with it. We wouldn't fit on any fucking roads.
No, we'll basically go to like the United States and we'll just like tour the United States, get a long-term visa, and we'll just go and live in the RV, and we'll get like this this portable internet, like what they call 4G, and we'll just document the trip. That'll be awesome.
And be immediately broke
And
2 days into our trip.
Immediately broke afterwards. But yeah, so he basically did this thing, did a video for it. It was a fun video, and people started spreading and sharing the campaign and donating towards it. A lot of people like myself, and I will point out, I wasn't impressed by this. I felt that it was really there was no purpose behind this, and this is one of those campaigns that I talked about a little bit. The fact that I felt
It's the difference between self-gain and self-survival.
yeah, it's kind of one of those things where he wasn't serving any purpose. If he was going to do a speaking tour, like this was to fund him so he can go from town to town and do a speaking tour and talk about his YouTube successes, how to set up a proper channel and stuff like that, I could see this working. He could even get investors for this, you know. But he instead wanted to go to bars and get drunk with people and hang out. Yeah. He stepped down from the Audio and Gamers podcast after a huge backlash from people and the negative feedback he was gotten. He took down a video as well from his channel to kind of, you know, refute a lot of negative feedback that he was getting on this. I want to point out that I give props to him for doing that and for, you know, seeing that there was a problem and understanding it. The Kickstarter's still, the GoFundMe campaign's still up, by the way, so, but he's not going to reach his goal. But as someone who has done this, I felt that he should have really thought about it before he did it. I understand you want to go on holiday, I understand you want to have fun, and I understand YouTube's not your full-time job, you have another job that you've got to work in, I get that. But there could have been so many other things that you could have done, and there's so many different ways to raise money, to do something constructive, not just for you, but for your fans. And I'm not saying this as someone who wants to detract you or who's angry at you. I'm not one of those guys. I'm kind of more realistic RV Simulator 2015 for the Oculus Rift, Garsy Tail said. And I'm not here to detract you or have a go at you, because I love your YouTube channel. I think you're a very positive influence. I love watching like the games and stuff that you talk about, the Hidden Gem series, one of my favorites. I'm just not a fan of that practice. I don't think that YouTube should be, I'm YouTube famous, so you should give me money. That should stop. You know, I've got friends of mine, and again, I'm not going to name names of these people because I don't think they want me to go online and talk about this, who are depressed because people aren't viewing their content and work really hard. I work really hard on my content, and I find that actually the highest grossing videos that I do is if I talk shit about Anita Sarkeesian. They're not the type of videos that I want to do. You know, I make content because I love to do it. I don't see YouTube for me as a monetary campaign. You know, I don't see it as a way for me to make money. It's not for me to make money. You know, I see it as a way for me just to enjoy myself and share my experiences and my love. Yeah, Dave's the same way.
It's collecting stamps, but in digital form. Yeah. You do it because you like it.
I will point out that the Retro Unlimited Network channel is monetized. And it's monetized for Mr. People like Mr. Stephen Richards here. It goes towards Retro Unlimited.
Well, yeah, because it costs a lot of money to run servers and shit.
Yeah, it doesn't go towards me. I don't pocket any of the money for the network, even though I run the network. And you know, I want to point that out, and I want to make sure that people understand that when it comes to anyone out there, like what you do. If you do YouTube, don't expect to become YouTube famous and rich. This is not the way that you're...
This comes back to the X Factor generation, though, doesn't it? Yeah, I blame that in Pop Idol and American Idol, where people seem to think that there's a quick, easy fix for everything. I want to be famous. Why? Well, because I decided I want to be famous.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't agree with it. You know, I don't agree with it at all. I think that you do something because it's your passion, and then you became famous for it. The check is in the mail. That 20p does come in handy. But it's, you know, it's one of those things. I'm not here to be famous. I'm not here to be YouTube famous. I'm trying to do something bigger. And when Steve
wasted a brilliant opportunity to break out your singing voice and do a quick impression of Bros.
Yeah, I'm here to basically do something different. You know, I love acting, I love directing, I love writing, and that's what my passion lies in, and that's what I want to do. I want to create pilots, create TV
I
content,
like lamp.
and
I like
basically
car.
tell stories. You know, Dave wants to share his stories with people and talk about his everyday life and connect. That's why one of the reasons why people love Dave's channel so much. And I think people just need to stop trying to do this to be famous, because if you are, stop. Just stop.
I think some people feel it's the last bastion, receptacle of a quick, easy fix or cure all for everything, which is, well, never going to get on X Factor. I'm never going to, which, no, by the way, it's not a fucking answer anyway. Never going to do that, I'm never going to do this. But hey, apparently, if you can just stick yourself in front of the camera and vlog, you can make a fucking career out of it.
And
No, you
YouTube, Google are part of the problem here, because they're the ones who keep saying that people can make a career out of this. This is not a career. If you've gone and seen Angry Joe's videos about him bitching and moaning about Nintendo cutting into his profits, it's not a career. YouTube is a way to connect. It's social media, and it's become to the fact that it's, oh, by the way, Mr. Bertrand just said, we love Dave's channel because it's low resolution, it makes us feel retro.
Hey!
Cheeky bastard. But yeah, you cheeky bugger. And
What was that?
that's
Was that your Coronation Street impression?
yeah, that's my Aunt Betty. You cheeky bugger. That's YouTube is not the way to do that. If you want to make money doing what you love, put something together. If you're an actor and you want to, fund your acting career, look at doing promenade pieces. Look at ways to kind of get yourself out there, and you're gonna have to do a lot of begging to producers and agents and stuff. That's the way the industry works. If you don't want to do all the politics, you're in the wrong industry. An agent isn't going to get you far. It's you and your talent that's going to get you there. If you're a musician and you want to do music,
The agent only wants you because if you do make it big, then they get their paycheck. They don't care about you.
and they get 20% of whatever you earn anyway. If you're a musician, go out there, start touring. Get like albums out there. YouTube's a great place to show your music videos, which you can hopefully monetize. Get your music out there. Stop with this whole, I want to be famous for playing games, I want to be famous for doing nothing. It's not how it works. There's only a few people who are an exception to this rule. It's an unstable platform. It could be gone tomorrow, and where are the Angry Joes going to get their money? Where are the Doug Walkers going to get their money? Where are the James Rolfes going to get their money? Excuse me.
Wendy Pops.
Yeah, these people don't have anything that they can fall back on. Maybe James Rolfe does. He's probably going to be doing he can probably video edit and stuff. Doug Walker, probably the same thing.
Angry Joe could, flog that mustache cream you use.
Yeah. When it comes to anyone, and if you want to do something with your life, look at your skill sets, look at what you can do, and try and find a way for you to make the money that you want to make.
For example, I have excellent hair, so I can do many selfies.
Yeah, and also Dave could probably, get himself do modelling.
Keanu Reeves lookalike job.
Well,
all I do is show up at a mall, cut the tape with scissors and go, whoa.
Saturation. There's plenty of people turn to YouTube because they don't have the talent to make it off their own backs. I agree on that one, Mr. Garcia Tales, but there's people like you out there who've been not just using YouTube, but you're using other ways to get your talents out there. And if people turn to YouTube because they've got nothing else, what happens when it's gone?
I feel his greatest talent is ability to wear that amazing wife beater from Big Trouble in Little China. Never mind, wrong movie.
And guys, for the risk of being offensive, some people will need to appreciate that they aren't destined for greatness.
Yeah.
True, but it depends who these people are. At the end, I believe everyone should, if you've got a career, you've got a goal, go for it, achieve it. But the thing you've got to think about as well is, this isn't going to be your last bastion of hope. There will be ways to make yourself out there, and there's been people who have been, J.K. Rowling's an example of being a poor, down-and-out mum who's made a career writing books. You have untalented people, and I'm going to put this out, E.L. James, who managed to get millions of pounds peddling crap.
Peddling crack?
Crap.
Oh.
That's ripped that shirt, Dave. The Darth woman grabbed it as she fell. Need to order another one. Oh,
Oh.
I don't know what that is. Is it? Did you give him a Lawn Boy shirt?
No, 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 no. He had the Kurt Russell shirt from um John. I completely had a brain fart from the John Cal.
China.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude. Tell me where you order it from. I'll see if I can get myself one. Um, but yeah, the end of the day, I'm not saying that you shouldn't
Plus, he's got the
try.
greatest bar you've ever seen in your life, by the
Yeah,
way. But
I'm not saying that you shouldn't try, but I will point this out. That if you're a successful YouTuber, if you want to put your finances into other endeavors, do so. Stop asking people for money and e-beg, because you have no fucking right, especially if your name is Smosh, Angry Joe, or any fucking person out there who has got a big enough channel to sustain yourself.
now remember, people, the opinions expressed in this show are not reflective of all individuals.
Not of all individuals, but that's me, because this is Burhan's ranting session. And secondly, if you're someone who wants to basically put your content out there, stop getting pissy when it's not working, because in the end, you're only as good
Well,
as...
it comes back to something I've said for ages and ages and ages when some people get really upset, which is you don't get to decide whether or not people like you. And that's not just YouTube, that's everything.
Yeah, and I've
You
got
know,
friends...
people don't like your personality, tough shit. That's just the way it
I've
works.
got friends of mine who have got, like, their channel should have bigger audiences, like Fungo, for instance. He is talented. He doesn't just do gaming reviews. He does comedy. He's funny. He is really engaging with what he does, and he's someone who can do everything. He writes, he produces, he entertains, and he also has music that he sells. Myself, I'm a published author. I wrote a play. There you go. I write scripts. I edit. I produce. I make content. And I also
Write
do
the theme tune, you sing the theme tune.
I act, I direct, I produce, I do stuff. But I always go and get my name out there and do as much as I can to get things done. And I approach people. And I know people are like, well, it's hard. If it's not hard, then you wouldn't fucking savor it once you've accomplished it.
Whoever said life was supposed to be easy?
Yeah, and YouTube isn't your be-all and end-all. For me, if I was in Joe's position, I would have used my blooming YouTube channel as a way to kind of migrate people onto my website, and also as a way for me to create opportunities for myself. And I'm sorry, most of these YouTubers out there are sitting there going, oh, blah, blah, blah. Look at Ray William Johnson. He's a fucking prick and a hypocrite, but he's created opportunities for himself. He now writes a comedy series on FX. He's been taken on as a script consultant. Fuck me. There's opportunities out there if you're willing to fight for them, and you've got to be as diverse as possible. I know people who are working actors, who are struggling actors, but still manage to make a wage off of what they do. Save money, be frugal, and do everything you can to keep you going. Stop relying on YouTube as a way to make money, because it's not going to be the case. That's for me. But that's my rant, and again, as Dave said,
And save the whales, people.
not everyone,
Sorry.
not everyone is in the same mindset as me, but that's my thing. Yeah.
No, I
agree
just
with
felt we
Smosh
need to
on
put
that.
a disclaimer out because
Anti-Chinese nuts.
it's important about putting disclaimers out because I just find them funny.
Yeah. So yeah.
Moving on to more positive things.
Yeah. Let's talk about our other addictions. Another addiction of mine is basically I use
Crack.
social media, Facebook. I'm on it all the time.
I'm still well, you got my house number and shit. I'm still contactable, you know that. Personality. Which comes back to what I said, which is when people get bent out of shape, which is you don't get to determine why people watch you. That's up to someone else. Sorry, life gave you a personality that doesn't work with everyone, but works with some people. Maybe those people aren't the people that watch YouTube, but that's just the nature of the beast. You can't just click your fingers and go, I've just decided I should be here right now.
Kudos to us both through doing 16 episodes. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now is
Myself and Bert.
Dave's
No
disappeared.
offense to everyone else.
Yeah, go on,
I'm
Dave.
still here. I can see we're probably the highest working live streamer or podcasters on the Retro Network.
Can you hear me now, Mr. Retro on them? Can you hear me? Can you hear me talk?
Hello?
So for the rest of you lovely people, you can't hear me, Dave?
I can now, I think.
For your lovely people out there, I just want to point out, thank you for everyone who continuously listens to this show. The show was created as a way of
I was talking bollocks, to be perfectly honest.
Kind of, but in the same way, it was produced as a way to
No script, basically. Just
and also because Dave loves doing these shows. You know, when the Untitled Movie Show moved from this time slot, from Wednesday time slot onto Sundays, Dave couldn't do the show, so we decided to do Burhan and the Boy instead. And I love
and the whole
Burhan
mind.
and the Boy. You know, the show is great, and it gives us a platform for me and Dave to go on our soapboxes. You know, if it wasn't for this show, Dave would have nothing to do, and I'd probably be a whimpering mess on a Thursday night. So I want to thank everybody who checks these shows out. And for those people who do check out Dave's channel, and for the 4,000 people who do, because obviously he is popular. And can you guys hear me now? Cramp tonight, can you hear me? Ghastly Tales. Then you know, for those people who do check out Dave's channel, 4,000 subs. I want to point out, watch his. You know, there are stuff that I think Dave does really well. And for those people who sit there and complain, and I'm not naming names, I know who you are because you complain about his channel and other one of your people who work with you on Retro Unlim, you twat. There's
Careful now, Burhan.
There's a reason why you're not popular and why Dave and other guys are so popular. They're engaging. Dave's really engaging. I love Dave. He reminds me exactly of Steve Benway, and I get exactly what I get from Benway's channel from Dave's, but he does it in a different way. Dave's very uncensored, and Dave will fucking curse like a blue horse fly. There you go.
You're making me blush, Burhan.
Yeah. But his channel's engaging. I love what he does. I'm kind of behind. I have to basically catch up on that, and also Steve's channel as well, because I've been very, very busy.
Steve's been a little bit quiet because he's schooling himself.
Yeah, and he's also he's got a part-time job that he works at now as well. So, you know, he was talking about.
So I'm not going to lie. Steve's beard is the model for my facial hair.
Yeah, and Steve Benway is very engaged. He's a great YouTuber. I hope to see him at Play Expo if he does attend. But he's kind of one of the guys that I look up to. I look up to Dave too. I look up to everybody who's in the Retro London crew. When I think it's been nearly 3 years since I've been here. I think this December will be 3 years. And
God, is Retro London that old?
Yeah, I think you guys were going on without me. You know, I actually came on the Retro London. I was recruited when I saw Snob was part of them. And
I was going to say, did Snob recruit you because he recruited I?
He didn't recruit me per se, but I followed him there. If that makes sense. And then Steve I told Steve, I gave a submission to Steve what my channel was like, and then Steve was like, "Oh, we could use you."
By the way, people, Steve is the hardest working bloke behind the scenes in the world. So much respect and thank you to you, Steve.
Mark Bussier is the same age as Dave. The CGR guy.
Oh, it makes me feel so much better. Oh, I feel quite good now.
But I would like to point that out, guys. And for those people out there, my advice to you, if you're looking to do your dream, if you're looking to live your dream and you've got a talent, make a note of what you can do and the skills that you can do that can never change. And this is not me saying this. I had a friend of mine give me this advice, and I'm being more proactive now because of it. Utilize those skills and try and do everything you can to make your life work. You know, if you've got a dream, follow it, you know, but it's going to take time.
Remember, you've got to put hard work into everything, even if it's a hobby, and not because you want anything out of it, but the whole purpose of life is you got to work at it. Otherwise, if everything fell into, like you said earlier on, but if everything fell into your lap, what would the fun be of that?
Pretty much. And there's no such thing as a guaranteed millionaire. You know, you've got everybody who's been out there, like if you're Bill Gates.
I won £2,000 on a scratch card once.
Wow. Your Bill Gateses are always out there, and they made something of themselves. J.K. Rowling as well. She had a story to tell, and she did what she loved to do. and made money doing it. She had to struggle a lot on benefit, before she was able to. She divorced a rather abusive husband, and was left with her kids.
And let's not forget, she got massively trolled
Yeah.
for her stance on when the Scotland devolution thing came up, that she said we should remain part of the United Kingdom, and her Twitter got fucking death threats and shit.
And also the fact, the reason why she's no longer a billionaire, Dave?
Gave it to charity.
Yeah. Big heart too. Think about that. And you
Yeah.
know what? If
I love you, J.K. Rowling. I just can't find your books interesting.
and
Sorry.
if someone's got an endeavour out there and they're trying to put their heart and soul into it, please support them. Stop hating people, because that person could be the next J.K. Rowling.
And remember, people, just £1 a week will eventually help Dave buy his shiny new DeLorean.
Well, stuff like that, don't do that.
I know. I
It could help anyone. So remember, help your fellow man, support your fellow person, because any change you've got in that pocket and you can use to help them, do
Follow
it.
your dreams.
All it takes is 1 million people to donate £1 to make a project earn £1 million. Stop segregating. And
Hang on
this
then,
is
so-
including the feminists and the anti-feminists.
Because there's one on eBay right now. So that, by that logic, I just need 27,000 people to donate £1 to me, and then possibly another 6,000 people to donate another £1 to me for shipping, and I can own my shiny DeLorean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those people who are wondering about the Silent Hill pilot, I'm doing a vlog probably tomorrow. We'll be talking about that and many other things, because I got questions. I asked people to ask me a question. So if you want to go to facebook.com, Michael Burhan, ask me a question, and I'll mention it in my vlog. I'll be able to do some more of these Who's That Pokemon videos, because they're becoming quite popular. 16 seconds. They're easy to make.
Where's mine?
Yeah, you're going to get one after Snob. So, check those out. The other things I'll say to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen out there, thank you for supporting the show. The Kickstarter's going to come up. I've got to get the website sorted out, so I've got to phone someone about that. Apparently there's someone who can help me sort the website out for it. Scripts, finalizations. I'm also doing a varied number of projects that I've got to rein in, and concentrate on my move to Canada as well. So, that's done. Play Expo, I'm covering that. And again,
Learn the anthem. Seriously, true story. Learn the anthem. They like it at customs.
I got to give a big shout out to Mr. Stephen Richards again for helping me out, because you know what, I will say this, I am a very stubborn individual, and I was trying my best to raise the funds to go to play myself, and I, for what he's given me, I don't deserve it. In terms of I'm very proud.
You know why he did it, don't you?
He wants me there.
Because because he looked at you and he thought, this is for Steve, not you, but he looked at you and he thought, Burhan, you'll never.
And Dave's disappeared. He goes, please donate £1 for Michael Burhan to remove that bloody tash. My girlfriend likes my tash, Steve. My girlfriend likes my tash. Okay.
You don't like Freddie Mercury's evil brother.
I want to break free.
That's
I
what
got
your
a
tash
twirly
is thinking.
I like my twirly tash. Me and Robman were having like a
Are you actually twirling it at the end?
yeah.
Oh my god, we need to. Right, just £1 a week will help us buy him a top hat and a monocle.
Yes. If anyone wants to donate,
And a cane.
If anyone wants to donate a top hat and a monocle, yeah. Well, Mr. Garcia.
And then you can pull one of those fake bunch of flowers like a magician out of
If
your
you're
sleeve.
if you're looking worldwide, Mr. Garcia tells Mr. Callum, if you're looking worldwide, 1 million people can donate £1 million to a project. I've seen it happen. Look at Zach Braff, again, someone who didn't need the money to finance a film project that he basically put on Kickstarter. And how much did he get for it?
Did he get a DeLorean?
He got
'Cause
£2
if he-
million.
Well, he didn't get a DeLorean, so he failed.
Mr. Garcia tells £2 million, and he's a celebrity filmmaker. He's the dude from Scrubs that everyone knows as JD, and he used that fame to kind of get the money. Yeah, they will. And
Actually, I changed my mind. I want a prop TARDIS.
I'm going to do it in a very British voice, Mr. Stephen Richards. I'm going to sit there and say, hello, sir. My name is Michael Burhan for thereRetroElement.com, and I'm here to interview today.
I think you need to. I think you need to do a deal with Steve, because he's helped you out so much. Which is when you make yourself rich and shit, you need to buy him a season ticket for Liverpool and go and watch every bloody game with him.
God,
Because I know you love football,
that
Burhan.
would be fucking torture, dude.
That's right. You can bail after 2 weeks, and then I'll take your place.
Yeah, that's the reason why you want to do it, so you take the ticket.
Pretty much, yeah. But get us a good one on the sideline. I mean, get you a good one.
Yeah.
On the side.
So thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Richards, for that. Yes, I have a tash. I have a very new look that a lot of people keep taking the piss out of. I have a twirly mustache.
You're gonna get a pair of those trousers with the ass cheeks cut out. Sorry.
And I have stubbly beard. I have a 21-year-old girlfriend who's extremely hot and very nerdy.
Hang on, swig a beer. Mention your bird.
So all I'm saying, yeah. So she likes me looking like this. Okay, I look like a fucking idiot, and she loves it. So as far as
yeah,
I'm concerned,
in your defence though, looking like an idiot is because you got a twirly mustache.
she loves me no matter what. So I don't care. I love my twirly mustache.
How do the blokes at the gym take your twirly mustache?
A lot of people were looking at me today.
I was just gonna say, are they scared to shower with you?
No, 'cause I don't shower at the gym. I go home and shower because I don't like showering with other people. Believe it or not.
Ah, you know, it's like
I
a
have
shy
a weird
bladder in
fear
bathing
about someone's
form.
penis like coming in contact with my butt. So I tend not to.
Yeah, you have a twirly mustache.
God knows. You £1 a week by any person can actually, if you donate £1 a month and help me raise £1 million, I will come out in chapped, arseless,
Chapped.
arseless chaps, and a tank top. Donate £1 million to see Michael Burhan in arseless
Oh,
chaps.
bollocks to that, kids. Get me a DeLorean. It's far cheaper.
£1 million would see Michael Burhan in arseless chaps and a tank top. And Mr. Richardson goes, I want a refund. Yeah, Goss tells us Spike Lee got the money as well, even though he's shite. But their money came from prior exposure fans donated to him. No, exactly it. Just getting $1 million from nowhere is a no small task, and I agree with you. But it can be done. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Davis Ray Sickman Jr., who got a lot of his Kickstarter projects funded, not just via social media, but being proactive. He went out to businesses, offered them a couple of perks, and said, "Hey, look, if you donate to this campaign online digitally for me, I can give you a perk in my video game." And they did that, and he got a number of games funded. So if he can do it, you can do it too. Just look at what you're doing, look at how you're doing it, and find ways to intrigue your audience.
Well, I've got a new Kickstarter for you, Mr. Burhan.
Make Burhan buy a DeLorean for you.
No. I
Hey,
think
if
we
I
should
get
have a
1
kick.
million
We
cash
should have a
in, I will buy
Kickstarter
a
so you
DeLorean
get
for
rid of
you.
your fucking twirly mustache and grow a Mark Hamill beard from episode 7
I'm actually going to.
with the white bits.
We,
I have the
me,
white
me and
bits.
the lovely lady are going to go to see Star Wars Episode 7 when it comes out in cinema in December, and Perkamon. We're going to go and see it in December. So what we're going to do together is I'm going to grow a big, massive beard.
Do you want to hear a true story?
Go for it.
I saw Revenge of the Sith on opening night at midnight at Paramount Cinema. And do you know what was really funny was there were all these cosplayers in there, and when the movie started, they started waving their lightsabers around.
Is that
And
Venus?
the funniest thing I ever heard was the bloke behind me who was just
No.
like, he was obviously a Star Wars fan, but just
Okay.
didn't deal with this
All
shit.
right.
He just shouted to the bloke in front, "Hey, asshole with the plastic sword, down in front!"
Okay, I'm going to do this. If you can help me raise the required amount for the Silent Hill pilot, I will shave my French tickler. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there...
I think you
and
should basically shave your French
You
tickler
want
because it's
me-
a crime against humanity.
you want me to shave my French tickler, then I suggest you you basically donate to this campaign. If I can get the
Keep a straight
required
face,
amount,
Burr. Keep a straight face.
the required amount for actors, for the writing team, for production assistants, and also for us to get our required location to film this pilot, I will shave my French tickler.
And an extra 27 grand for my shiny DeLorean.
Well, you got to need a lot more than that to get me to shave my tash, because the lovely lady in my life loves it. So there's, and Patty goes.
She
"Take a
tells
shot."
you. She tells you she loves it.
No, she tells me she wants to twirl it. You want to twirl
And
it?
I imagine she probably tells herself she loves it. But I think we
I've
both
got her
know.
on video
she-
chat. She wants me to twirl. She wants to twirl it. She loves my mustache. Yes, I know you do, baby. And so there you go, guys. You can find me on youtube.com/thenerd.
You look like the bad guy from Commando.
I am. And
Sorry.
he later resurfaced in Power Rangers, believe it or not.
Did he?
Yep.
Did he at least work on his fucking stomach?
No, he was fatter than that. Power Rangers. It's not SPD. It's the other one. You know the one where they come from the future. Time Force. Check out Netflix. Power Rangers Time Force. You'll see him on there.
Oh my god! I thought he was a one-shot deal. I did not know that.
Power Rangers Time Force.
I'm gonna fuck you up, Schwarzenegger, because I got a chain steel vest. Even though I'm fat.
Make sure that you watch that. That you watch Power Rangers Time Force. He plays the bad guy villain in that. So yeah. So, Dave, where can we find you?
Oh, I can't do dark. I'm saving it for Slamcast.
No,
it's getting.
Just tell us where we find you.
You can find me in your heart on a beautiful summer's day. Every time you think of baby unicorns.
Let me throw up in my mouth. Anyway. So yeah.
You can find me at Long Boys Post 1975, and you can find me at Dave Wade on Facebook.
And youtube.com/The Nerd Genius. Nerdgenius.com, where you can find all our podcasts and stuff. RetroUnlim.com, and we've got something special planned coming soon. A new Retro Unlim live. Don't know when, don't know where, but we know that it's going to be there. We've got location sorted out. We're going to have myself.
Which someday, kid, and for the rest of your life.
A number of our other Retro Unlimers are going to be there. But this one's going to be a very different Retro Unlim live, so make sure that you check that out. And also,
we won't be there.
if you go to youtube.com/unlimradio for all our podcasts and radio shows, this week,
Cough Slamcast tomorrow night.
Yeah, Slamcast tomorrow night. Of course, myself, Brandon won't be with us, so I'll be hosting with Miguel Leon. Dave Wade will be taking the lead host role.
Oh, you wanker!
Yes.
You know I'm shit at that.
Well, you're going to. And we're also going to have Mr. Nick Horacek as well, my Supercard buddy. If you're on Supercard, you can add me, Michael Burhan, on there. You can find me on Instagram, Enigma Mike, ENIGMAR Mike. I'll be setting up Facebook pages and Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts for the Silent Hill pilot. The site's going to be going live. We're also going to be getting the Kickstarter for Silent Hill Genesis that will debut in 2 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you can, please contribute, because we're going to need as much help as possible getting this pilot funded, because there's some great actors we're getting involved. It's a great script that's coming about for myself, yours truly, of course. I've got a great writing team behind it as well.
I think you forgot the greatest thing ever in the world, I have to say, which is just £1 a week will help myself and Mr. Burhan buy a potato!
Potato! That's where politicians go from.
Potato! Sorry.
Goes coming from the guy who plugs take an hour. You rush Dave pretty quick there, Princess Twirly Tash. I love you too, Patamus. So yeah, make sure that you check out Mr. Lawnboys Post 1975 on YouTube. Dave's channel is amazing. He does playthroughs, he does let's plays, and he also does loads of other fun shit. Me and Dave are going to do a movie
files on Jaws.
And I'm doing a new video series in lead up to Silent Hill pilot, basically talking about what we're going to do in the pilot. Talking about ideas and things that I feel in part of Silent Hill lore. So I was going to do a panel at Play, but instead I'm going to be doing it on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be doing a panel on there talking about Silent Hill. I'm getting your questions in as well that you can ask me. I've got the Q&A vlog coming in. And I think, Dave, we should do a Q&A vlog for you. I think we should have an Ask Me Anything vlog where people can talk to you. Also, an AMA is coming out as well for the Silent Hill pilot.
I honestly don't think people want to ask me anything. It'll just be the same 4 questions, which is who wrote your theme tune and where do you get your name from?
And where do you sing the theme tune?
Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
So I think we should end it here. So Mr. Dave Wade, this is Michael Burhan from him and from him.
Potato! Sorry.
No, the Silent Hill pilot will not have Sean Bean in it. I refuse to have him in it.
Oh, come on!
His character was badly written. I love Sean
Well,
Bean.
no, but you can write him a better character because he's seen Bean.
Okay, I'll see.
You could basically put the bit from Lord of the Rings in where he gets shot loads of times. It's Boromir.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That was the problem with the Silent Hill film. Exactly, Mr. Callum. The Silent Hill film basically ended up. Sean Bean didn't die in any of the Silent Hill movies, which was wrong. But there you go, guys.
Can you at least have him in it and he can say my favourite line from a James Bond movie ever, which is "Lovely girl, James. Tastes like strawberries."
Yeah. This from him and from him. We say good
Potato!
Night. Bye.
Potato.
Potato.